Hey everyone, before we get started with today's video, if you're interested in getting high-paying job offers sent to you for free, you can enter your email below for Fetti. Fetti will help you land the job of your dreams. Basically, all you have to do is answer a couple of questions, enter your email, and Fetti will actually send you a list of high-paying jobs. It's super easy. You can even do this remotely and from anywhere in the country. You can literally apply to multiple jobs in a single click. So use our link below for Fetti, and now let's jump into the video. Hey guys, so here I have Ronnie. What is it? Ronnie SPE Tv on YouTube. All his links will be down below. And Ronnie was actually on the channel. When was that? Like 8 months ago?
Something like that. I can't remember exactly when, but
Now,
around that time.
yeah, I have no idea. But anyways, so we're gonna be asking him some new questions, some follow-up questions, and Ronnie in the gig, no, in the rideshare community
hmm
is known for driving insane hours and making 2,000 a week.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, you can give like a brief introduction if you want to.
Okay, sure. Yeah, sure. So, man, y'all know for the people who are familiar with me, and y'all know how I get down, how I like to start. So I'm gonna do my intro. Let's get it, man. What's going on, people? Drum roll, guitar, piano. Ronnie Speed coming back. Let's get it. Yeah, y'all see it, man. 2 racks a week, 2 racks a week. So yeah, so I started the whole, 2 racks a week movement probably like a year and a half ago. Prior to that, I was making $2,000. And the reason why I started it is because so many people out here, they talk shit about driving, Uber and Lyft. Oh, you can't make money. Just a bunch of nerds, man. Bunch of complainers. When I say nerds, it's an acronym for never embraced real driving. So, man, you got to push yourself. I was curious to see how much money I could potentially make. Not only that, I wanted to test myself to see what I truly was capable of. So I started driving, the maximum amount of hours. And this happened in 2019, I want to say. And my epiphany was, once I got my 1099 from the 2018, I seen I grossed like 80,000 and net like 60 or something. I was like, I could probably gross 100,000. Let me, adjust some of my strategies, work the maximum amount of hours, and that's exactly what I did. I executed. Hit that $100,000 mark. I was making 2 racks consistently. Then I figure out most people don't know exactly what they're talking about. So and I started a 2 racks a week movement. So far, I've interviewed over 56 drivers. So shout out to the men and women who did accomplish $2,000. That's a huge milestone. I'm proud of y'all, and now we here with another interview.
Yeah, so you hit 100K in a year. That's
hmm
like before taxes.
Yeah.
Like, do you think that's something that's pretty doable for like the average person, or do you
No,
like kind of hard?
no, not for the average person, because you use the words average. If you want to be average, this is not for you. My message isn't for you. You shouldn't follow my channel. This is for the people who want to be above average, who want something greater in life compared to just being, normal, working 40 hours. And, it's like you kind of stay in that rut. So if you want to be average, no, you can't do it. Be a loser.
Okay. So I know that like last time you said you'll drive like 12 hours a day,
hmm
7 days a week, right?
Yeah, yeah, I used to. That's how I got started because so many people, even now, a lot of people ask me how much money could they make. Like I live in Atlanta or I live in Arizona. Do you think I could make, $2,000? I'm like, I don't know. The easiest way to figure out how much money you could truly make is try to keep it as objective as possible, which is driving the maximum amount of hours. Because that way, for yourself, you put the maximum time in. There was really nothing else that you could possibly do, so drive 12 hours a day for 7 days. That would be 84 hours, and you got kicked off 7 days straight, and see what you come up with, and then you would know one what you are capable of most importantly, and two what your market is like. So forget all the theories, man. Everybody got theories, man. But when it's time to show proof, they don't show no fucking proof. They can't prove nothing. You know, we want to see numbers.
Yeah, that's true. Um,
What about you?
yeah.
What do you think?
What do I think about
Like,
what?
yeah, what do you think is like the best way to make 2,000? Like, what's the most you made in a driving in a week?
I've never driven.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wasn't old enough until recently, and my car is leased, so I can't do that.
Well, are you gonna drive?
As long as my car is leased, no.
No. Oh man, I thought you was gonna
Yeah.
be out here in these streets trying to make 2 racks. I could have had you. I could have had you on the channel. You ain't trying to make these 2 racks.
I mean, like if I had a car, like I would try it out.
Shit, rent one. I think people want to see you make it. People want to see what you wanted. Yeah, what you capable of doing.
To be honest, like for me personally, I'm a little worried about my safety being a
Okay,
driver.
yeah, okay. Let's talk about that safety. All right, safety. Meaning what exactly?
I mean, just, being a young woman in general,
Hmm.
I always encounter like weird people like everywhere I go.
Okay,
Even at the
so my
gym.
thing. All right, I'm discuss that. So safety. I know a lot of women they look into getting this, and that is a fear, which is a rational fear. Yeah, you should be concerned for your safety, especially a lot of stuff that's going on the internet right now. People want to post all the negative stuff, all the deaths and all that. So I always say I think a lot of ways women can remain safe is one. I think the time of the day. That goes into a significant amount. Because if you drive during like the commuting hours, let's say you start like at 5, 6 in the morning and you're done by, you know, at the latest 7 p.m., generally speaking, you should be safe, especially if you're in an area that has like a lot of volume, a lot of business, a lot of tourists. You should be fine. But it could get sketchy at night when people drunk and under the influence, stuff like that. So that's what I
That's
think.
true. But that people say that's where the real money's at, like on the weekend at
Man,
night.
people don't know shit. The money's 24/7. You can make money any time of the day. Trust me. Like people always, oh, the real money's okay, but okay, let's talk about that. So if you do drive at night, that's fine. Some people they prefer driving at night or they could only drive at night based on their schedule. But the fact is, you still have to execute because until you execute, it's just theory. So let's say you wait all day to drive at night. Let's say you get out there 6, 7 o'clock p.m. and somebody throw up in your car by like 1 a.m. So now you only drove what 5, 6 hours. So now your night is screwed up because you got to clean it up. So it's just a lot of it's pros and cons with everything, and I think it's more cons driving at night because you will potentially have to deal with more stuff, man. Drunk people, people rowdy, and
That's true.
if you want to deal with crime, so if you want to deal with that, that's on you, man. But the money is 24/7. People need rides 24/7.
So, do you have a dash cam in your car?
Nope, never have.
Do you think you'll ever get one? Like, would you recommend it, or do you not see a
I,
point?
yeah, I would definitely recommend it. I think people should have it. I never had one. When I started driving, I just never got one. And people ask me, "Do you have a dash cam?" all the time. I'm like, no, I don't have one. But maybe I should get one. But I never felt the need to have one, just because the times I drive, uh, it's relatively smooth. Like I don't really deal with too much drama, and I don't really pick up too many sketchy people just because I know which areas to be in. Um, and even when I'm starting early in the morning, I'm on my P's and Q's. Like I'm constantly scanning. I'm not just sitting there parked, 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning, just on my cell phone with the doors unlocked. You got to scan and you got to be around. But the dash cam could help. I'm not saying don't get a dash cam. I just never purchased one, and it just don't cross my mind.
Okay. Yeah, so what kind of car do you have then?
Oh, okay. I got that all black Prius, the best car. That is the best car. I don't give a damn what nobody say, man. Because people like, oh yeah, I want to get a Tesla, or I'm thinking about driving Uber. I don't have a car. Let me how much? And they go get the most expensive car. If you are new to driving, you have no experience. I would recommend possibly renting a car for like a week or two just to see if you even like it. There's no point investing $30, 40, $50,000 or more into a car, and you're not even gonna be out there driving anyway. Then you're gonna be one of these angry ass drivers driving. Oh yeah, Uber, I bought this car. It's like, $40,000, $50,000, and now look at me, and I'm not making money. Nah, don't do that. I think the best way is to keep it cheap, man. Especially if you knew. Let's say you get out there, you rent for a little bit, but okay, I can see myself doing this for like a year, a couple years. You could get a car less than 15, $20,000. So you want to keep your investment low. So either you could buy it cash, or if you finance it, your monthly payment could be fine. Because a lot of people who, especially if they knew, they never consider the bad part. Everything is all peaches and cream. Like, yeah, I'm about to drive, I'm about to get this car. But what happens if you get into an accident? So now you got to pay for your car note, you got to pay your deductible to get it fixed, and you have to wait, and you have to pay rent and other expenses. So do you really want to be in that type of situation? No. So just keeping it low. And the reason why I have a Prius is because, one, the maintenance is cheap. Two, I get shit ton of gas mileage. So I have, let's say, if I'm on like 1 bar, like on my like odometer, speedometer, let's say it has like 40 miles left, I will probably put about 8.5 gallons at the most, maybe 9 at the most, to fill it up. So that's pretty cheap compared to, doubling at 16 to 20, gallons, especially now in California, the gas prices are extremely high. So just
Yeah.
keep it, man. You want to keep your investment cheap, man. And, because people, not needing a luxury car. No, just get something cheap. You trying to make money. It's all about money. And plus, y'all, some people just lame anyway. It don't matter what car you get, you still ain't gonna get no girls. You still a nerd. Car ain't gonna save you.
Yeah, I agree because all my exes, like, I was one with the car. I was their private Uber driver.
That's why you need to drive. That's why you need to sign up.
Anyways, so how much do you think you
Anyways,
would spend like per week on gas? And how often would you
mm,
fill up?
most of the time I fill up once a day. Right now I would probably spend, because gas fluctuates. I think the most I'll probably spend is maybe like around anywhere from 170 through like 190. But yeah, not too much.
Because how
Like,
much is gas over there? Like here, it's usually around like $5 or like 5.30.
yeah, it's around, I think the cheapest I've seen was probably like 460 or 470, but it all depends where you fill up. Like it could range from like 460 as high as like 4.99, $5.
That's true.
Yeah, that's why you get the Prius. Duh.
So after like how long have you had that car then? And
Okay.
how many total miles do you
Yeah,
have?
okay, that's a good question. So I'm on my second Prius, right? So the first Prius I purchased in 2019. So I purchased that used. When I purchased it, it had 67,000 miles on it. And last year around August, my transmission went out. So my transmission went out. It went out at 309,000 miles. So I put
Oh my
about
God.
240 plus thousand miles on there. So all these people, high gas mileage, y'all don't know what y'all talking about, man. You get these cars, you destroy them. Fuck these cars. It's just a tool, man. Y'all care to y'all, and that's another thing, because y'all get the most expensive cars, the brand new cars. Y'all get emotionally attached to them. I'm not emotionally attached to my car. I don't care. I really don't care. So once the transmission went out last year, that's when I rented, the Tesla for like 3.5 months. I went to the Hertz rental car program.
Oh,
So I was
really?
thinking yeah, because I was thinking about, getting a Tesla. And I'm like, man, it's the whole going through like the charging. I mean, it's just it's a hassle, because then you have to decline certain trips. But okay, it's too far. I mean, the trip is too long, and I'm gonna have to, find somewhere to charge. And people also don't consider the time that you spend charging. So if you have to charge, twice a day, let's say what to get to 80%, maybe 25 minutes. So you do that twice a day. That's like 50 minutes plus the time that you have to drive to a charger. So that's like an hour a day just spent on charging, possibly longer if you eat. So if you do that throughout a week, that could be potentially 7 to 13, 14 hours, depending on how long you charge, if you take a nap, if you eat, and all that stuff. That time is very valuable, because you could use that time to be doing something else, besides sitting there charging like a nerd at the charging station, being on FaceTime with your girl or smoking a cigarette. Like you could do, you know.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Mhm.
Guys, time is valuable. Time is money. Um,
Yeah, because I always preach because this is the thing, man. Like a lot of people they focus, way too much on the, Uber, Lyft app and other gig work. But, I don't think that's the ultimate point. I don't think this is going to be here long term for most people. Most people don't wake up and be like, man, you know what? I want to be a fucking Uber and Lyft driver the rest of my life. It's like it's definitely some key points that people love, the autonomy, the freedom to do what they want to do,
yeah.
spend time with their family, travel when they want. They don't have to lie to their boss or say, oh, I got a family emergency so they can get some time off. People like the autonomy. So that's why I said, man, like if you got to develop the habits and learn the skill set so you could, surpass and you don't have to drive. That's what it's about. People like, oh yeah, what about this work or what about Uber and Lyft? Like y'all still talk about Uber and Lyft, man. Like do something else. Because I always ask people this: if you couldn't drive, what would you do? And I think the people who are watching this, y'all need to ask yourself this question: if you could not drive Uber and Lyft, how would you make money? If you can't answer that question, now is the time to start thinking. What are you good at? What are you learning from driving Uber and Lyft? I don't hear too many people talk about that. They talk about nerd stuff like the numbers and the quest bonuses. Nah, man, make your money. Use the time that you can free up, like an hour, hour and a half a day, and try to learn something else so you don't have to drive.
Fair enough. Yeah. That's a good question. Because I actually just interviewed someone yesterday who like got deactivated from both Uber and Lyft, but he started renting out like an Airbnb or
Mm-hmm.
like bought a property and rented. I don't know. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that's how he started making money after.
Let me ask you, what do you think are three, good characteristics for like Uber and Lyft drivers? Like what characteristics do you think they should have to be, a successful driver?
Probably patience. Like I'm sure you need a lot of patience. You're having all
Mm-hmm.
these different types of people come in your car all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like I don't know. I guess like the drive, motivation.
Yeah, I agree with that. Let's talk about that because you mentioned motivation. A lot of people ask me that, like, I'm not motivated. How do I stay
Yeah, I
motivated?
was just gonna ask you like how
Mhm.
to stay so disciplined with your driving.
You got to have a why. Like you got to ask. I mean, yeah, you definitely have to have a why because it's cool to make money. Then once you start, making $2,000 or even you don't even have to make $2,000. If you transition and doing this, a lot of times you will make more money than what you were making at your normal job. So it has nothing to do with motivation. You make your money now. You start thinking long term. Start thinking long term. I like to say, it starts with like a 3-step process: readapting your mindset. you know, Getting rid of all these thoughts and limited beliefs and, everything that you was, taught in school as far as, going to school, getting a job and finding something secure, which doesn't exist. Job security doesn't exist. If you work for somebody else, you could be fired. Just think how many people are being fired or, laid off right now, all these tech workers and stuff. So there's no security. So readapting your mindset, man. Like then you creating a vision. Creating a vision. What do you want to do long term? How do you want to make money? The type of lifestyle you want to live. Where do you want to live? Do you want a family? How much money you need to make? You need to consider all of these things. Then you start to take action. So if you have a strong why and you start taking action, motivation should be easy because you know why you want to, why you doing this in the first place. Where are you trying to head? It's like you have a destination. If you have no why, you're not gonna have no drive because you're gonna make some money. Then eventually you're gonna get complacent. It's gonna get monotonous. It's gonna get boring. Your back gonna start hurting. You're gonna get irritated. So you have to have a strong desire why you wanted to do something. So for me personally, um, you know, once I started making money, I was like, man, I want to be the best. I ain't gonna lie. I want to be the best because I'm competitive. I like to compete. I like to talk shit, and I have to be good at every single thing I do. So I was like, okay, how can I implement this competitive nature from me being an athlete into driving Uber and Lyft So I was like, okay, I want to make a YouTube channel. I know how to make videos. So I wanted to help people out. So that's like my why. That's what keeps me going.
That makes sense. Yeah,
Mhm.
I guess you just need to find like, because it's gonna be different for everyone.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. So like I interview people, a lot of people have kids, like I said, and that's their why, that's their drive. They want to, support their kids, put their kids and their family, in better position. So that's what keeps them driving, keeps them out there when times get tough, because it's gonna get tough.
so do you only do rideshare or do you ever do like delivery driving, like DoorDash, Uber Eats, or whatever?
Mhm. I only do rides, and not for a few reasons. And I like this question because so many people ask me, do I do, deliveries, Uber Eats, blah, blah, blah. No, I only do rides for a few reasons. Reason number one, I truly believe that you can make more money doing trips. Reason number two, I live in a busy, city with limited parking. So I don't have time to double park, risk getting a ticket, or now people out here bipping. For y'all don't know the term bipping, that means they're breaking windows and stealing
Oh,
stuff out your car, and they doing it in broad daylight. And yeah, so I'm not gonna risk all those bad things happening for me to go on McDonald's and get you two McChickens and a McCafe to get a ticket or get my car bipped. Then you want me to come to your apartment to the 20th floor to deliver it because you too fat and lazy to get out your apartment and come downstairs. So no. And a lot of people they truly, I think they do deliveries because the comment that I don't want people in my car, or I don't want to talk to people. But why? Why don't you want to talk to people? Because how do you grow? My thing is, my question for all the delivery drivers: how are you growing as a human being? How are you increasing your value as a person from doing deliveries? You're not talking to nobody. You're not getting no type of information. You can't, pitch like what you do if you're doing something. If you, let's say, you starting a business, to nobody. So at least you had the luxury and opportunities to do all those things when you driving, because you getting your social skills up. You see me, I've done 32,000 trips. You know how many conversations I had? A lot. I've got a lot of information over the years about, places, like different resources, different places I could learn things. I've been invited to things, made some, connections outside of driving. And are you gonna do that from doing deliveries? I highly doubt it. So you really got to question, like, what are your long term goals, uh, like while driving? You want to be one of these people. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to buy my car. Like, bro, you drive a fucking Kia. Shut up. You act like you driving, a Lamborghini. Like, just garbage. And plus, and last but not least, like I said, the money. I don't see too many people, at least I've seen, making 2 racks from just only, driving or doing deliveries. It just seemed like a bunch of time wasting. I guess it could work like if you in a more suburban area where you got parking, it's safe, and you could just wait for food. But if you like in a major city with limited parking, you got meter maids coming out, trying to pass out tickets. And I just think it's just best to pick people up and you know, and get your money that way. And before I stop this conversation, I want to uh, touch back on the social element, because if you have something going on, like people ask you, "Oh, do you do this full time? Do you do anything else?" Then you can be like, "No, I do X, Y, and Z." So, for instance, I'm like, "No, like I have like another YouTube channel. I do this. Here, check it out. Oh, I want to subscribe." So, bam. So I go to this link, and I have a QR code. So, bam, they take my QR code. Now I got another subscriber. It's easy. Like, y'all got to think outside the box. Y'all just nerds, man. Fucking nerds. Don't know how to think.
no, that's really true because I've gone into a lot of rappers' cars that are
Mhm.
like playing their
Rappers.
music to me in their car and like they like follow me on SoundCloud.
Hey, at least they trying. You gotta respect it.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
may be trash, but it's like, they're trying, and that's what it's about, and that's what's respectable, because they're trying different things, and a lot of y'all are scared to fail. You can't be scared to fail. I don't believe in failure. Everything I do, I'm going to be good at. That's because that's just who I've been as a person, like my whole life. Whatever I dedicate myself to, I'm going to be good and I'm going to dominate. So you can't be scared to fail. You just got to try different things out and, never give up. A lot of y'all give up too early. Y'all expect to, get out there, drive, and y'all want instant success. Nah, it's not grits. It's not instant. You got to get out there and put the work in and never give up. And, you got to, you know, re, recalibrate and restructure like some of your plans sometimes because curveballs may happen. Nobody expected the pandemic. Nobody expected that. So what's gonna be the next curveball? Like I said, you got to constantly readapt.
Do you have any like hacks for making 2K a week or like 100K in a year?
Yeah, hack number one is readapt your mindset. Stop listening to these nerds out here. Stop listening to the people who said it can't be done, that you shouldn't drive that many hours. The choice is yours. You could drive as much as you want, and you could drive as little amount that you want. But your mindset of what you truly want and desire is within. So you could lie to other people, you could try to lie to yourself, but something's going to be telling you that you are a liar. So mindset hack number one is find people. And when I say people, find me, my channel. People who are winning, people are getting the results, that you want. So then it could be easier for you to, pretty much to conform how, we think and how the winners think. But all right, I want those results. I want to be part of that. That's number one. Number two, man, I like to simplify things. Keep it simple. Because people, they got all these theories and they try to overthink things. Like, okay, well, do you think I could make 7,000 a month? Do you think I could do this? Like, look, man, just get out there and drive. Try to drive at least 60 hours. I say 60 hours. Because if I say 12 hours, people, oh man, that's too many hours. But they ain't gonna do it. So try to drive 60 hours, see what type of results you get. Start early. The earlier you start, let's say you get up at like around 4:30, you start at 5:30, whatever the case may be. You get most of your driving done early. So let's say you start at 5, bam, you get 6 hours in. It's 11 a.m. People still going to work. You see people walking to Starbucks, arm 90 degrees, getting their coffee and their little salad, and you already grinded for 6 hours. So you could be done by, let's say, like at the most, at the latest, 6 p.m., 7 p.m. That could give you an hour, hour and a half to pursue something. So I think a lot of people, frustration comes from not having goals, not having discipline, not having something that they're striving for in the future, or they time management. So if you start late and you out driving late, it seems like your whole day is gone just for driving. And a lot of people, they'll say, I don't have time to do anything. That's cap. That is cap. So you got to probably switch up your time, because I have time to do everything, especially when I was driving 84 hours. I was driving 84 hours. I was going on like 2-3 dates a week. So I had time to do everything I wanted to do. So, just time management, man. And if you really want to hit 100,000 like you say you would, or you at least try. If
Yeah,
not, then
true.
perish.
Walk me through like a typical day in your life.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good question because now, life is changing for me because, I practice what I preach. When I say drive, I mean, spend an hour to build something else, man. That's what I've been doing, especially these past few months. So now I'm spending more time, editing videos. I started a whole nother, YouTube channel just about, things to do in San Francisco, as far as the hotels, restaurants, places to go. So I'm shooting like videos for clients. I'm developing my network so I don't have to drive. But probably let's backtrack a few months. So on a typical day for me, right? Let's say I try to wake up like around 4:35 a.m. Some Most of the time I do, but let's say for instance, if I don't, I'll get a late start like around 7 a.m. So I would try to put in at least 10 hours or at least try to make $330 or something. It all depends what the quest bonus for that week is looking like. So I'll try to, hit my goal of $2,000. Most of the time I do, but it all depends what I have to do. So yeah, it's real simple. Just wake up early, put your, 10 hours, 10, 12 hours in, try to get 60 hours and see how much, you can make. Then once you start to get your confidence up and once you start to do it more consistently, you can kind of know how to maneuver and you could drive, maybe 9 hours because you know how to make money in your market.
Like, do you like go to the gym or like when do
Man,
you
I
eat?
am the
And, like,
gym. I don't go to no gym. I am the gym.
what is
See me
that?
over here. You see me over here drinking a gallon of water. I am the gym. Meaning, let's talk about it. So meaning, I carry my perfect push-ups with me most of the time, and I do perfect push-ups. I do push-ups in between trips. And the reason why I do that is because I knew this is gonna be, a common, question or concern for most, Uber and Lyft drivers, the gym. Oh, I don't have time to go to the gym. So I mean, if you bring some perfect push-ups with you, you knock, a set, 20, because I know y'all can't do as much as me. So y'all, let's say you do like 20 push-ups, throughout the day. You could do 200, then 200 a day. The next month do 400 a day and start working your way up. Yeah,
But what
it's not cardio,
about
but it's better
legs?
than doing nothing, huh?
You just skip leg day every day?
I mean, you can do body squats. Like sometimes I do body squats, but yeah, I just do push-ups. I mean, and the reason why I do push-ups because it's good for your mindset. It's good because it's really irritating.
Doing
To
push-ups?
Man, yes, to try to do a lot of push-ups on a daily basis. Like imagine you trying to do 200 push-ups a day, and then 400 push-ups a day, and then 600
Yeah,
push-ups
I
a day.
do 600 a day already.
Push-ups,
Yeah.
that's cat.
No,
You
it's
do
not.
600 push-ups a day.
Yeah, you don't believe me?
No, I don't.
Whatever.
I don't. But yeah. But it's different like when you're driving because you got to, get out the car and then you doing them on the sidewalk or you got to find somewhere to pull over. You in a busy city, especially in San Francisco, people pissing and shitting all on the ground. So yeah, so you got to be, wary of where you're going. But no, long story short, no, I don't go to the gym. Sometime I go, but I'm not as frequent with it as I should be. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean that's fine. It's like money comes first, right?
yeah, but I mean, you still health is important because shit, you can't make money if you ain't healthy. But
True.
luckily for me, I got pretty good genetics. I was an athlete my whole life, so I'm still in relatively good shape. Because people still ask me, "Oh, what gym you go to?" And I give them the same response I gave you. I am the gym. I am the gym.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is like turning into a different direction,
Go
but what
ahead.
do you think? What was like the worst ride you've ever had?
That's a good question. Let me think. The worst ride. Ah, man, I've done so many rides. Um,
How many rides have you done, by the way, in total?
I'm over 31,000.
Oh,
Matter of
wow.
fact, hold up. For the people, yeah, let's see. We're gonna do this live. For the people think I'm capping, like, man, he ain't really done that many races. Shut up. Fucking nerds, man. Okay, I'm gonna show you my Uber. Hopefully it
Okay.
focus because I got it on face detect. So I'm gonna show you my Uber. Let me see if I get it to focus. You see that number? What that say? 24. No, actually take out your calculator. We're gonna do this live. Put 24,631 trips. Now I'm about to go to Lyft. Oh, you
24,000.
got you got you a TI, you got you a Texas Instrument. You like me. You got you a Texas Instrument for the nerds, huh? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, 24,631 trips.
Okay.
All right, now I'm about to go to Lyft. Not now. Okay, and Lyft, we had 7,759. Look at
So
me.
it's 32,390 trips.
Well, there you go.
That's a lot.
Yep, so that's how many trips I'm in.
Wow.
But yeah, to answer your question, the worst ride, man. I don't really have too many, bad experiences. I think most of it because I mitigate that with the times I drive. But probably somebody just throwing up in the car, just some drunk, some drunk
Yeah,
dude.
that would suck.
Yeah, it sucked, but it is what it is, man. People
I've
they
never
get
had
drunk.
someone throw up in my car before.
Yeah. But I had some good experiences.
What
What
was
you what you think about Uber drivers taking somebody's girlfriend?
that?
I seen some of y'all, like y'all YouTube shorts. I guess was it like a pastor supposed to be flirting Flirting with the driver?
Do passengers flirt with you?
Of course.
Do you flirt back?
It depends what they look like. It depends what they look
You're
like.
not worried about getting reported or like
No,
deactivated?
no, no, I'm not. And I'll tell you why. Because one, I have good enough social skills to determine certain things. I think it won't work for most people because most guys don't have the social skills. And you got you know for real that this is important because it can work. But is it advised? No. And I wouldn't advise most guys to do it because they don't know how to talk, they don't know how to flirt, they don't know how to read, social cues. But I've definitely done it. Yeah. You could tell if a girl's interested, she gonna start asking you questions. Like how old are you? And stuff like that. What's your zodiac sign? Just
Oh,
crazy
that's
stuff.
the worst one. Zodiac sign. You
So
believe in
yeah,
zodiac signs?
no, I don't believe in that garbage. No. It happens like it happens every week, like literally every single week. What's your zodiac? Oh my God. Then they can never tell you nothing meaningful about your sign. It's like you ask, I'm thinking you about to tell me something life changing.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, have you ever picked up a celebrity?
A celebrity? No, not that I know of. Possibly, but see, it's different out here compared to driving like in LA and stuff
Oh,
because
true.
it's a lot of probably low key like tech millionaires and stuff. But I did pick up this guy. He was on Silicon Valley most like important people. He created some company. Twitter ended up buying it. So it's like you never know out here like if they are a celebrity or if they really worth something because it's real low key. It's tech nerds.
Would you ever consider driving for Uber Black?
No,
No.
no, and the reason why is because I don't think they ever even accepting any black drivers, like Uber black drivers, not black, the color of your skin black, but Uber black drivers. Cause I remember I looked into it a few years ago, and I'm like, oh, we're not accepting any Uber black drivers in San Francisco. And plus,
Oh,
I mean, is it really worth it? At that point, like you gotta get a more expensive car. Gas is gonna be expensive. Maybe insurance is gonna be expensive. Maybe maintenance is gonna be more expensive. Then how frequent are you gonna get Uber Black rides? I mean, I don't even know. Cause I don't know. I believe that most people use Uber X, especially out here, because most people they don't have cars. So they're not gonna take a Uber Black ride every single day. You'll probably get them occasionally. So is it really worth it at that point? No.
yeah, that's
Then
true. I guess it depends where you live. Like here in LA, I know people who order Uber Blacks as like their default. Like
yeah.
they never order Uber X.
Yeah, I could see that. But no, I probably even if I lived down there, I probably still have a Prius just because, I try to keep the risk minimal as possible. And like I said, when people get into this, they expect everything to go well. Like they never really been through nothing, especially like during like the pandemic, when we everybody was shut down. During the pandemic, I didn't have a car note. So when I didn't drive, it was cool. I'm like, all right, my car paid off. I'm chilling. So you kind of want to minimize as much as possible, just because most people that get into this, they not gonna drive like that. They lazy and they ain't gonna do it. So
Yeah. So I know you said you drive Lyft as well.
hmm
When do you switch off? Like, why do you do both?
okay, that's a good question. I sign up on both. First and foremost, I highly recommend people get both apps for a few reasons. Reason number one, because people get deactivated. I don't know how y'all getting deactivated, because I never been deactivated, and I'm 32,000 trips in. So
Knock
I don't
on.
know. I don't know what y'all doing to get deactivated. But let's say you get deactivated from one app, bam, you got the other app already installed. You already did your inspection, so you could just bam turn it on, and you good to go.
That's true.
So you need two apps just in case is if you get deactivated, or sometimes it's like technical issues on one app and you can switch over. And another reason why I have it is so I can pick and choose whoever have the best promotions going on. But most of the time it's Uber. So I'm mainly on Uber, but I check the Lyft app and I'm like, oh damn, they got a easy guarantee. I do X amount of rides, I get a guarantee earning. Not too shabby.
Have you ever been scammed as like while
S-
you're driving?
Wow, yeah, man, long time ago. Yeah.
Or
So what happened was, you know, the person they requested a ride. Then they called my phone. They was acting like they was support, and they get
oh,
yeah. Then they get your information and switch your banking, uh, a number like your checking a number and routing number to theirs. So whenever you get paid, they'll go to their shit. So that's what happened.
so like you like did you fall for it or
Hell yeah, I fell for it. Shit, I fell
oh,
right in. Because it was early. I'm like, oh, okay, like, shit, they was good. I didn't think nothing of it. And I'm like, okay,
yeah. Yeah, guys, that's why I never give your information to anyone.
yeah, yeah. This man, this
Uber is
was
never gonna call you.
right, right. Yeah, I know that now, but this probably was about shit, maybe about 4, 5 years ago.
Okay, it's quite a while ago.
Yeah, but now you got this information, so now people are aware of are the scams.
Hmm. Yeah. So yeah, the last main thing I want to touch on was so if you didn't know, the CEO of Uber and maybe also Lyft, I'm actually not sure.
Hmm.
They are like making it mandatory for drivers to have an electric vehicle by 2030.
Hmm.
So what do you think about that?
I don't care.
You don't care?
I
Or
don't give
I
a fuck.
like do you think you'll still
I
be
tell you
driving
why.
by then?
Hmm?
You think you'll still be driving at that time?
No, I really don't. And so if you still driving by 2030, which is in 7 years, that's on you. I mean, if it's their company, they can require whatever the hell they want to. But then I don't think it's gonna happen, because they already have a hard enough time trying to get drivers as is. So you requiring drivers to get electric cars. Yeah, that's optimistic, but I don't think that's happening. But I don't think people should worried about the electric cars, man. You should focus on not setting yourself up so you don't have to drive in 2030. I think that's the most important thing. I don't care. I never focus on what the CEO's doing, what's going on with the company. I don't care, man. I got my own stuff going on, man. So I don't care. So people, oh, I'm just nonchalant, man. You got to set yourself up. So worst case, let's say I couldn't drive tomorrow, bam. I already know what I'm gonna do, so I don't give a.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I think I mean, I don't know how they're going to implement that rule, but I don't know what it's going to be like in 7 years from now either.
Right.
So, but I mean, let's say it was 2029 right
Uh
now.
huh.
They were like, you need an electric vehicle or you can't drive anymore, like by next year. Would you just quit?
Would I?
Yeah.
Like I said, I highly doubt I would be driving by then. But just for the sake of this conversation, let's say, you know, to spice it up, so I can answer the question. If that was the case, I would probably get electric car. I mean, fuck it, because by that time, I think the charging infrastructure should be a lot better. Hopefully, they find faster ways to charge, so you don't have to wait, you know, 25, 30, 40 minutes, to charge up your car. And I think that's what I would do. And I would also, weigh the pros and cons, because who knows what the earnings would be, 2029. So it may not be worth it. It's hard to say. It's hard to say.
True. Yeah, fair enough. So, do you have anything else you'd like to share with the Rideshare Hub subscribers?
Yeah. Look, man, it's a lot of good information on the internet. It's a lot of bad information on the internet. like I said, man, y'all don't have to listen to me. Find somebody who are getting the results that you're looking for. You know, somebody's gonna share some meaningful information, somebody that's gonna be able to help you, man. And you know, find somebody who's gonna think outside the box as far as like long term, because I think too many people try to focus on, you know, driving Uber and Lyft and they still complaining, and you can't change the app. You can't change the infrastructure, man. You just a pawn on the game. So you gotta advance yourself across the board. Maybe you could be a knight, rook, bishop, right? Queen, just because the queen's the most power for peace. You know, you gotta level up, man. It's a lot of good things that Uber and Lyft provides. You know, as far as like you being in control of your time, freedom, autonomy, and it's a lot of good lessons you can learn, man. And I think the most important lesson y'all can learn is, you know, being disciplined and working hard. Most of y'all ain't never worked hard a day in y'all life. Y'all want jobs so y'all could be comfortable. Y'all want to sit up here, do your 40 hours a week, drink your matcha latte, and go to Starbucks and just talk water cooler chatter. No, man. I think the people who truly would succeed at driving Uber and Lyft will succeed at life because they had the mindset. They have the mindset to succeed. They want something different. They want something greater in life. And those are people who are going to do great things on Uber and outside of Uber. So yeah, man, just readapt your mindset, create a vision for your life, take action, levitate. And I hope to have you on my channel so you can share your story of you making 2 racks a week, man. And that's all I gotta say. Ronnie SPE, over and out. You see me over here looking good, feeling good, smelling good. Mr. 2 racks a week. Yeah, come to a winning team. Crumb. That's it. That's my rant.
All right. Yeah. Well, thanks so much for sharing. Great having you on the channel again for a little follow-up interview. Um, by the way, guys, we'll have his links down below. And we'll link the last interview too, if you want to look at that.
Yeah, look at all that. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it, man. It was fun. It was fun talking. Of course, I had a good time. I had a good time.
Yeah, for sure.